Guys, welcome to my video. I just want to say first off, Happy New Year, and I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. I just got sorry about the lack of videos lately. My internet has been having problems, and I've just got over a bad case of the flu. So, I apologize. So to make it up to you guys, I'm going to do a couple videos tonight about my collection, and still no news on the soda drunks yet. We're still getting the channel up. Difficulties with a few things. First things first. I want to give a shout out to somebody. This is Jesse Lambert. This guy is killer. He finds killer stuff. He finds bitters. He found a very, very rare insulator, actually, in his last video. It was uploaded like less than an hour ago, I think. I just watched and commented on it. And I actually believe it or not, I happen to have the same insulator that he found. And this is it right here. This is a very, very rare prototype made from the Brookfield Glass Company out of Brookfield Glass Works. And it was patented out of Louis Cuvette, I think how you pronounce his name, on February 22nd, 1870. And yeah, it's a prototype. It's a very rare insulator, and I got this from my very good friend of mine who's an antique expert. And this insulator is big money. They didn't make a lot of them. So that's that. I just wanted to show you guys that. Also, there's going to be a hidden pattern with this video. Comment down below as soon as you notice it. It's going to be like kind of a New Year's tradition. See if you can see it. Alright, without further ado, enough lollygagging. Let's jump right into the video. I guess we'll start with a small bottle. Oh, and I'm putting the bottles this way this time because I noticed in my last video there wasn't that much light, so you couldn't see them very well. So I hope maybe doing it this way helps a little bit better. And yes, I know I have my bike in the living room. My storage is kind of full of scrap metal we're gonna cash that in soon. So don't mind the bike in the living room, yay! All right, so we got a H.K. Milford Company, Chemists, Philadelphia. This is actually on camera out of the heaven hole. I did find this. It's a blown tool top from 1890 with some patent numbers on the bottom. It's got a nice kind of like semi-square, semi-rounded shape to it, which is cool. I'm surprised my friend hasn't asked me for that yet. He's a big fan of the druggists with town names. This is actually a relatively new bottle. I just purchased this. This is a Bryant's root beer extract. It's a common bottle, but I believe it or not didn't have one. And it's of Detroit, Michigan. It's manufactured by the Michigan Drug Company, and this bottle makes 5 gallons. So there's that. It's a beautiful honey amber color, as you can see there. And that's that. I think I paid $4 for that. I got it in a deal with another one I'll show right now. There's another new bottle. It is the Maltine Manufacturing Co. Chemist, New York. So this is another bottle. It's not really strap side. As you can see, it's got that big hole in the bottom. It's not pontoed, it's just some bottles have that. It's got the bottom hinge mold though. If you see the line going across the bottom like this, see if I can focus on that right here. Goes right across the line. That means the bottle's pre-1885, guys. You ever find a bottle with that hinge mold on the bottom, that's what that means. But beautiful, beautiful bottle, and it's kind of like off-centered. Like if you notice it or not, I'll put it way back here. The writing is over here, and it's weird, but that's it. The next one isn't anything special. It's just a blown chemist bottle I found out of the heaven hole. That's the only reason I hung on to it. It's because that spot means so much to me, just because I've found more bottles there cheaper wise at least, in any other spot that I've had. And it's also blown in a mold with a nice shape. 1890s, maybe early 1900s. And it does have a seam across the bottom, which for some reason you don't see on a lot of bottles around here. I only have a couple bottles like that. And I think that is an applied top, actually, because it's all sloppy around where the seam stops. Next up is, some bottle collectors might recognize it when they see it. It's fairly common. It's a Payne's celery compound. Now, apparently there is a rare version of this that says something else on this side, where it says celery compound. It's out of Vermont. I don't know. I've never seen one that didn't, but probably because it's very rare. But I've seen ones missing the comma and stuff, but it's, you know, fairly common bottle, but it's fun to dig. I mean, they're not very expensive, maybe like $10, $15 bottle at best, but, you know, they're usually, actually, they're blown in a mold. They're probably from the 1870s, 1880s. So I'll give you a good close-up of the lip here, as I can show you. So you see that seam stops on the shoulder? So that means it's a two-part mold to shoulder, and that means that's 1870 and 1870s and older. And it's also got an applied top with the lay-on ring. You can see that. I've got a whole instructional video, guys, on tips on antique bottles if you're interested. I can try to, if I remember, I can leave the link in the description. And I might even make another one of those again, because you know, I left out a lot of information in the first one that I really should have put in the video. But if you guys really want to make another tips on antique bottles, just comment down below, and I'd be more than happy to do so. Next up is another bottle I dug out of the heaven hole. It's a Peptinoids, the Arlington Chemical Company, Yonkers, New York. Blown tool top. It's all whittled on the bottom. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, it's all whittled. But yeah, another bottle. It's common, but it's, you know, fun to dig, man. I mean, it's a good bottle. It's a good bottle. It's common, but it's good. You know, it's way better than, you know, the Foss and Bakers and the Castoria and the mustards and the ketchups and blah blah blah, this, that, and the other. I know. Next up is another one, not anything special, but it's just a beer bottle, but it's blown in a mold crown top, and it's really big. This is the Payne's celery compound next to it. This is the beer bottle. That's the only reason why I kept it, is because of the size. It's huge. I've never seen another one this big. It's also got a lot of tooling marks around where the crown is. See if I can show it. My camera is really horrible in the dark. It's got that dot on the bottom. Like I said, there's a dot on the bottom and there's a bare iron pontal. Experienced diggers would know the difference. Bare iron pontal is on usually a 3-piece mold bottle, or it has the dot is really big and it's bulgy. They made it with a solid iron bar thing. They would take it out and make the dot. I'll explain that in my information video if I come to it, or if I make one. Next is a very common bottle. It's just a Clorox bottle, but every collector has got to have one to complete their collection. And I've got a few variants, all cork top. I've actually got a very rare variant of these where it only says Clorox on the bottom. I think it was a very early paper label only one from like 1913. When they very first invented Clorox. So, yeah, Clorox are very common, but they're nice. Almost done. Next up, we have a strap-sided flask, liquor flask, from about 1870, maybe 1880. It doesn't have the, no, it's from the 1880s, because it doesn't have the bottom hinge mold on the bottom with the hole. It does have an F on the bottom for some reason, though. This is an applied top here. You can see it's kind of got a big bruise in it, but you can see the tooling marks. And then, last but not least, if you guys have been subscribed to me for a long time, this next bottle, you'll recognize it instantly when you see it. This is one of my favorite bottles I have ever found of all time. This is my mini-me little glass bottle. I'll show you some. I'm trying to find something for a size comparison. Just so you can get an idea how small this thing is. This is a bottle cap. This is a water bottle cap next to it. That's how small this thing is. Just lean that up against that like that. I can't, but you get my point. It's so tiny, and it's made of glass. I don't know how I saw it, but I'm glad I did. Anyway, guys, please like, comment, subscribe, and Happy New Year. And if you want me to do that bottle info part 2, just let me know, because that's a lot of work to make those videos. That other one took me about 4 hours. But if that's something you guys really want me to do, I'll do it. So thanks for watching, guys, and this is Bossman Digger signing off.